Who wrote the Bible, and how has it been preserved to this day? The Bible is, without a doubt, the most translated and widely sold book of all time. But did you know that it took around 1,500 years to complete and involved more than 40 authors from different eras and contexts? Today, let's explore in depth how this process of creation and preservation unfolded. The Old Testament, which is the first part of the Bible, was written mainly in Hebrew, with some sections in Aramaic. Its texts are the same ones that make up the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, and are fundamental to both Judaism and Christianity. Many of the authors were prophets, leaders, and kings of Israel, such as Moses, who, according to Jewish and Christian tradition, received the Ten Commandments directly from God on Mount Sinai and wrote the first 5 books, the Torah. These books form the foundation of the Old Testament, establishing the laws, history, and early beliefs of Israel. Other authors include figures like David, known for his psalms, hymns of praise, supplications, and reflections, and Solomon, author of Proverbs and Song of Songs, which are texts of wisdom and poetry. Each author contributed uniquely, reflecting not only their personal experiences but also the situation and culture of their time. It's worth noting that many books do not explicitly mention their author, leading scholars to develop theories about their possible origins, based on oral traditions and internal references. Moving on to the New Testament, which was written in Greek. It focuses on the teachings of Jesus Christ and the development of the first Christian communities. Here, we have 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, that tell the story of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, each with a distinct perspective and style. In addition to the Gospels, the New Testament also includes the letters of the Apostle Paul, one of the most influential missionaries of early Christianity. He wrote to various churches and communities, offering advice on faith and Christian conduct. These letters were distributed and copied in multiple regions, influencing and solidifying the Christian faith. The Acts of the Apostles, also in the New Testament, documents the first actions of Jesus' followers, recording how they spread the message amid challenges and persecutions. This historical record was essential for later generations to understand the origins and principles of the Christian Church. In ancient times, writings were done on papyrus and parchment, fragile materials subject to deterioration. This fact increased the need for constant and very careful copying, especially among the Jews, who had strict rules for copying sacred texts. Each copy was compared to the original, and even a minimal error could lead to the manuscript being discarded. The Dead Sea Scrolls, one of the great archaeological discoveries of modern times. These scrolls were found in 1947 and contain significant portions of the Old Testament, dating from the 3rd century BC to the 1st century AD. They were preserved by the dry climate of the caves near the Dead Sea and give us a clear view of the accuracy and continuity of the texts. Other important manuscripts include the Codices, Sinaiticus, Vaticanus, and Alexandrinus, which are ancient copies of the Bible dating back to the 4th century AD, containing much of the Old and New Testaments. These manuscripts allow us to see how the text was copied and preserved over the centuries. Translation into Latin. The Vulgate, historic milestone in the preservation of the Bible, occurred in the 4th century AD when Jerome translated the Bible into Latin, creating the Vulgate. This version became the official translation of the Catholic Church for over 1,000 years, ensuring that the texts were understood throughout the Roman Empire and later medieval Europe. Invention of the printing press. In 1455, Johannes Gutenberg revolutionized the preservation of the Bible with his printing press, producing the first book on a large scale, the Bible. This event made accurate copies available in quantity, making the book more accessible and ensuring its continuity. Council of Nicaea, 325 AD. In the 4th century, during the Council of Nicaea, Christian leaders met to decide which books would be considered sacred or canonical. This was done to protect the unity of Christian faith and to ensure that the texts followed a common line of belief, preventing anyone from adding or altering the texts. Textual criticism. Scholars today still use a technique called textual criticism, which involves comparing ancient manuscripts to identify and correct possible copying errors that may have occurred over time. Textual criticism helps to preserve the integrity of the Bible and keeps it accurate, ensuring it remains true to the original. Currently, the Bible has been translated into more than 3,000 languages, making it present in virtually all cultures and corners of the world. This global reach not only ensures the preservation of the text but also reaffirms its importance to millions of people. With new translations, studies, and technologies, the Bible continues to be revisited and explored, with archaeologists and theologians always seeking new discoveries and evidence. This is one of the main reasons why the Bible remains so vibrant and accessible in different contexts and generations. Besides ancient manuscripts, archaeological discoveries have helped confirm the historical accuracy of many biblical accounts. Finds like the Dead Sea Scrolls and other ancient documents offer historical support for biblical texts, showing that they have been copied accurately over centuries. Modern archaeology continues to help scholars better understand the context in which the Bible was written, revealing the way of life, culture, and customs of ancient peoples. These advances give an even richer and more realistic perspective to what is written in the Bible. The Bible is much more than a book of stories. It is a living testimony, preserved over millennia. Through translations, careful copying, and the work of generations of scholars, this book has reached us with its essence intact, crossing different eras and societies. Today, each time we open the Bible, we are in direct contact with historical, spiritual, and cultural content that has shaped humanity. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and keep following more content on topics like this. Comment below on what surprised you most about the preservation of the Bible, and share it with someone who might also enjoy this topic.